What are your emotions after that performance?
Look, the scoreline is a dramatic scoreline in the end. At 1-0 at half time, we probably believed too much that we were going to get back in the game straight away, and we just opened ourselves up. And then we still chased it at 2, at 3, even at 4 we were still chasing it. You've still got to play your positions, you've still got to do the basics really well and just hold a little bit of shape, and we didn't do that from half time onwards. We looked like a threatening team for 10-15 minutes, but then it just went out the window, 2-0. And that was a lack of discipline in terms of the structure and the personnel on that pitch. I didn't want to change shape because it was the shape which suited us best. We just had to use the ball better than we did the first half, which we started to do, started to get a foothold in the game, but too many people were thinking about scoring the next goal, as opposed to just, like I say, holding your position a little bit and being sensible with your play.
So in terms of the 4-0 scoreline, it looks bad, but
it gets compounded, and of course it does, because we're trying to get back in the game. But at the half time, look, we were critical of the boys in terms of the way they played. They were sloppy, of course they were, but we gave them a clear idea and identity second half, and they started really well. But the fact that we started so well probably made the mindset think we're going to get back in the game and go on to win the game. Just stay in the game for a certain amount of time, get a foothold in the game, retain possession, take the middle of the pitch. We were just too open, far too open. Even at 1-0, you shouldn't be conceding to counter-attacks and to goals on the break. Too many people were thinking about not being a hero, but getting the final end product to what should have been a more disciplined display in that second half.
That's something you've touched on before in terms of a side counter-attacking against us when we were 1-0 recently as well?
Possibly, but unless you score or it ends in a set piece, if you don't finish your attacks, then you are open. Certainly in some aspects of our shape, but also if the personnel are being too aggressive with it as well. And that is a mindset in terms of you're behind and you want to get back in the game, so I can't fault the lads in terms of their effort, but just the probably experience there, certain lack of experience, and we're trying to get the messages on, and the reshuffle of the shape didn't help because we had to take Archie out in the middle of the pitch, but take the middle of the pitch first, and the space was down the sides. Randell was still having a bit of joy, Jack Sparks was still having a bit of joy. You felt a goal might have come from a cross or a ball on the inside channel, but like I said, it's not lack of discipline is probably the wrong word, lack of experience and know-how.
In terms of as well looking after the ball as well, a couple of times gave it away.
First half we were poor on the ball. That wasn't us. I asked them at half time just to make 3 passes. We couldn't make 1 pass in the first half, and we are inferior a passing team. So look, that was just a collective in terms of the way we were on the ball. We were sloppy. Individuals who don't usually give the ball away on such regular occasions gave it away too often, and it was a difficult first half. I was actually pleased probably to get in at 1-0. We actually defended the box pretty well. Johnny and Aziz had to do certain aspects of the defensive side of it, so I was pleased to get us in at 1-0. Like I say, when we started the second half and Lee Martin's chance, that probably made our mindset slightly wrong.
Yeah. In terms of the result and the performance now, it's about bouncing back quickly, isn't it, on Tuesday night?
Yeah, like I say, I'm not too bothered about the last couple of goals. If you're going to get beat trying to get back in the game, just know how to get back in the game. That's a clear message for that group of players from today. Understand your roles and responsibilities when trying to get back in the game.